All right, me and Caden made it to GSP International Airport, and we are heading down to baggage claim right now. We're on a little adventure in this video. We came down to South Carolina to meet the guys at the Mauldin factory. We're gonna be looking at some new equipment, doing a tour of the plant, and some more other stuff. So we made it here. We're going down to the baggage claim right now to find our bags because we missed our flight, which is a funny story that we don't want to get into right now, but it's we have to find out where our bags are. Our bags have been here for, I think, 5 hours, and we just got here, so we had to go find our bags, and then we're gonna meet Zach out front, go for dinner, and then have some fun. So let's get this rolling.
Took my first breath where the muddy rises, spills into the Gulf of Mexico. The skyline's colored by chemical plants that put bread on the table of the working man, where the working man does his best to provide safety and shelter for kids and a wife, giving a little of a soul every day, making overtime keep the wolves away.
All right, guys, we are here in Greenville, South Carolina. We have a really cool video for you guys today. If you can see behind me here, we are at the Mauldin factory where they manufacture all their equipment, so their paving equipment, all their pavers, and they also make a really cool grader machine, which we're probably going to see inside of here as well. So we are super excited to be here. Mauldin invited us to come out there and take a tour. We couldn't be more thankful to be a part of this project and to work with Mauldin. So let's go take a peek inside here. Zach's waiting on us. We're going to say hi to Zach. He's going to kind of give us a guide through a tour and check things out. So let's go inside and check it out.
Chris, how are you?
Thanks so much for having us here, Zach.
Yeah, good to see you again. Welcome to Mauldin Paving.
Yeah, my pleasure.
Come on in.
Come on inside then. What do we have here, Zach? I see something off the bat that's catching my eye here.
Yeah, it's a big part of the visit. What we want to get across is our ability to. I like your dream, create, enjoy. Like we kind of have the same thing. Just from our engineers can create something on a computer screen, get it out into our manufacturing plant, have it cut, fabricated and painted really same day. And so
you guys made that here?
We did, yeah. So it's one of the unique things about us that as a token of appreciation for you coming here, we just wanted to be able to show up our creativity and give you something cool to bring home.
Well, isn't that amazing? Yeah, that's awesome. We'll see if we can bring on the plane with us, but that is so cool, man. And the attention to detail, and I mean, this looks like a professional sign. You guys should be making signs, I think, too, as part of the business. That is really, really cool. Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's start in the office then. Kind of show you the front end of the operation, and then we'll get into the manufacturing plant and show you kind of how the pavers are made.
Here, I'll follow you.
Yeah.
Take the lead.
So this was a new addition for us in 2020. So we've been in it for about 4 years now.
Okay, so newly renovated then?
Correct, yeah. But our entire front house of the operation works out of here, and it's all open concept. So we've got sales, operations, engineering, purchasing, finance, everybody's in one roof, and we can hear each other's conversations all the time, and it just gives us a sense of everybody being able to understand what everybody else is doing and what challenges they're facing, and it helps us all beat to the same drum, I like to say.
Sure, very cool. So what office staff would be out here? Is it everybody? Is it different departments? Is it?
I would say everybody with the exception of manufacturing engineering, so like process engineering, people responsible for the process on the floor out there, but certainly all the customer facing side of the organization plus all of the engineering is in here.
Okay, very cool. Wow. Yeah. So, and how many staff members would you have in the front, you'd say?
About 20 to 25 on the front end and then 75 on the back end.
Wow. Okay, so employee-wise, you're around 100?
Right around 100, yes, correct.
Very cool.
But this new renovation, like I said, it's about 4 years old. It was a good chunk of money, but the big thing for us is we wanted to create a workplace that somebody was proud to show up to and proud to walk in those doors every day.
Yep.
Just because we feel like, number one, that attracts good talent, but number two, everybody who walks in takes pride in who we are and what we do, and that resonates into their work and it resonates into the product. So that's right.
It reflects the company who you guys are, right, too? So
exactly, yes. Yeah. So I say we get straight into the back end of the operation, check out the manufacturing process, how we go from raw steel to full machine, and
sure.
You want to take it out there?
Let's do it. Take it through. Lead the way. Let's go. All right, come on. Okay, so we're in the factory, Zach, right now. Where are we? Where are we going? And you lead the way as to what we're looking at.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're a flat steel and full machine out manufacturer. So like I said, when we first started, we take flat pieces of steel, tube steel, and make it into pavers, graders, tack tanks. One of the key principles that we've always had is to be able to control our own destiny and insource as much as possible. Like a good example is if we identify that there's a change needed on a fabricated piece, our designers can put it in CAD and get it to the floor and have the pieces cut same day and get it on the assembly line on the very next paver. We don't have to go out to a supplier and say, hey, this needs to change. They're going to charge us an engineering fee. They're going to want us to use the existing stock. Like, we're very reactive in terms of our manufacturing components. Where we weren't when we look back 4 or 5 years ago was our electrical side of the department. And we made a decision that, hey, this needs to be a core competency of who we are. We need to be able to in-source our harness building and quality control. And so this area that's behind us right now is the electrical department. We've gone from a staff of like 1 or 2 people to a staff of about 10 people that just do electrical harnesses. Wow. But just to give you some examples, I'm not sure exactly what this harness is, but I mean, it's got quite a bit of wires on it, but we built this all in-house, and we put stickers on the front and the end of each one that line up to the electrical diagram. And we've just agreed with the thought that, these machines are getting more and more electrical every day, and the quicker we can allow our customers and our dealer technicians to identify and resolve an electrical issue, the better experience you're going to have as an operator. And so little things like this, being able to tie electrical harness to an electrical schematic that's online and pin it out rather than sitting there, and trying to chase it the whole time, that's going to be the difference between a 5-minute downtime and a 5-day downtime.
Very cool. They make them in this facility here, and once they're made, they're wired up. You guys stock them there, and as they get pulled from there, they go on the machines.
Exactly. We try to stay a few machines ahead, just so that the goal with any manufacturing plant is to keep this assembly line moving.
Yeah.
And so whether it's a purchase component, a fabricated component, or an electrical component, we want to make sure that it's ready when they need it, so that this line can keep moving all the time.
And do you make components here as well? If someone, for like a dealership or an end user like myself, if they needed that component, this one's also produced here, then that will go out for supply?
Correct, yeah. So if your dealer places an order for a part that's manufactured, some of the stuff we keep stock already, just so that there's, if it's a critical component, we forward stock it so that when your dealer orders it, we can ship it same day if it's a unit down situation. Okay. Or else it can turn into a manufacturing order and we'll build it. Okay. But one of the things, another core principle that we've always had is, like, we have to support our customers in the aftermarket. So we have different tiers that our dealers order for parts. Yep. Regular, stock, and unit down. If it's a unit down order, our parts manager has the authority to grab a finished component off a completed machine and ship it, and send that machine back into assembly or fabrication.
To keep that guy moving forward in the field.
Yep, that's what makes a difference to you. It's downtime is money, a waste of money, and so the quicker we can get you back up, the better. And everybody here in this building has that same core competency. We've got to support our customers. We've got to get parts out the door. We can't have units down.
Very cool. Yeah. Okay. Well, Luis, where to next, huh?
But just to show off more work from our electrical department, I say everybody out here is artists, from our machinists to our electricians to our fabricators. I mean, everything they do is a form of artwork.
And this is a box for an 1860, is that what this is?
Correct.
Steering box and control system?
So the next 1860 that's online, this is the under the hood, if you will, in terms of the components. Everything's neat and tidy, connected properly. And again, we want it accessible for a technician if they're trying to diagnose an issue, that they can get into it, they can quickly get to the wire that they need to and test it.
Okay, so that wiring's all done here and then put inside of there, wired up, and it's good to go all in-house.
Correct, yes. And we also test, one of the issues we were having with harnesses is when we were outsourcing them is that we'd get them in a box and they would have quality inspected 1 out of every 10. Yeah. And 9 of them would have issues, but the one that they tested was good. But we just couldn't get them convinced to test every single one. So we said, okay, you know what? Let's just do it ourselves in-house. So we have our own test bench over there where we can throw a harness on it, test it, and then that way we know it's good. And so if it gets on the assembly line and we have an issue with the paver, we know we can instantly strike electrical off the checklist. Like, we know it's not going to be a harness issue because we just checked it. It's going to be something else downstream of that issue.
So I like it. So everything you're saying, it's cool because everything you're doing is lining up quality control.
Yes.
You have more control of it. You have more oversight on the quality, less problematic for the end user. So
Yes.
that's a cool perspective. I like
Exactly.
that.
So yeah, this has been one of our pride and joys over the last few years. But we can step into the machine shop, which has been a part of our process for the history of time.
Let's check it out.
And show some of the advancements there.
All right.
So this is the most recent investment in their machine shop. It's a laser cutter manufactured by Trump, significant amount of money, but really what it did is what you were just saying earlier, helped us control our quality better. It helped make our fabricated components easier to put together, and it took an entire shift off our machine shop.
What specifically does this machine do? What's the purpose of the machine?
So what we do is we take, so the raw steel comes in, and a fabricated component can have anywhere from 2 pieces to 20 pieces that need to put together. So we take that flat steel and we cut it out in the forms that it needs to, so that we can send it to the fabrication shop and start putting it together. But this will cut anywhere from 1/4 inch up to 1 inch thick steel. And we actually have some custom cup holders that we want to cut for you and get bent for your 1560.
They're in there now?
They're in there now.
Oh, that's cool. Okay. That's awesome. So we're here in the Mauldin factory, guys. We got a special piece here. So this is actually a cup holder for our paver for the 1560. This just came off of a laser machine, so it's a CNC laser machine, which is over there. They just cut this out. There's 2 pieces here stuck together. So here's the 2 pieces. And Daniel's going to take these to the press and bend these to turn them into an actual cup holder from the sheet of steel that we can see right now. So I'm going to go over to Daniel, and you do your thing, man. We'll watch it.
Check our squareness, should be good. That is beautiful. There she is, finished product. Got your logo. That one turned out pretty nice.
All right, Daniel, got to test it out now. Does it work?
I think
there you
it
go.
works for your, what is that, a medium Bojangle?
There you go. Yeah, it's a perfect fit. There we go. Awesome. There's our custom cup holder, guys. Check that out. Logo on the bottom. Daniel's God, man. That's wicked. This here is actually this is a screen for a paver. Is that one on here?
Yeah, this is a screen. But yeah, this is an example of, artistry in my opinion. It's like, somebody takes all of these machine components and fabricates them and makes an assembly out of them.
The precision as what goes on here is, it takes time, right?
Exactly, and you can see the welds and everything. I mean, everybody cares about the quality of their work here, and that's one of those things that we just never have an issue with, is somebody having a weld issue in a field. If they do, it's a big 911, because that's not the quality that we want to put out there.
And so all these individual pieces are all made here. They're bent here, and then in this case, you're talking a number of components welded and assembled on the desk here.
Exactly.
And put together. Right? So everything you see here was built behind us. Is that
That's
right?
correct. Yeah. And if we did our job right, we made his job easy. So that he could take those points, use the tongue and groove, use the guides, and put it together like a well-instructed Lego assembly,
That's incredible. I mean, listen, for us it means the world does, because it's the more accurate this is built, the more confident we feel with the product that we're using. Right. So for us, the the importance of this being built properly is everything to us as the end user. So it's listen, this is cool to see the detail that goes into it.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's go look at the tractor line. So we make 4 different kinds of tractors, paver tractors: a 650, a 760, a 1560, and an 1860B.
Okay.
And they come down the line in the order that they are ordered by our dealer network. So everybody on this line here is trained to do everything from a 650 paver up to an 1860B tractor. What we got right here is a 1560, so this would be the raw steel of your machine.
Yep.
But tomorrow he could be working on a 650. Next week he'd be working on an 1860B.
Okay. We have here, obviously this looks like the left side or the right side hopper, I guess.
That's correct, yes.
It's going to go on this paver. I would assume it's probably the other side on the ground.
That's correct,
And
yes.
will he assemble the hopper here, Zach, or is that at a different date? Is this going to be the end result of what we're seeing here, or is this going to be more?
Yeah, so this is the end of the tractor line. So all of our lines are set up to where, you know, it starts at one end and finishes at another end.
Okay.
And it's set up to where it finishes at the area where it's staged to go to paint. So by the time it gets to this stage, you know, once he's done with it, it can roll on a cart straight over to paint.
This goes to paint next.
That's correct, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yep.
Very cool.
And then start getting pieced together on the assembly line.
Okay.
One of the unique things on the 1560 that you don't see unless it's open like this, you can see how we route our exhaust down through the frame.
Okay.
So rather than having the exhaust thrown at your face all day, we take it, it goes down through here and then gets through the frame and then
So
down below.
the exhaust comes out somewhere down here then?
That's correct, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Because we actually, it's funny for us, and you're right, you don't know if you don't see it. I never really could find where the exhaust
Yeah,
went. You
right.
can't really hear it, and of course we couldn't see it, so I actually didn't realize that it came out down there. That's
Right.
actually a neat little,
Right.
like you said, you wouldn't see it if you don't get it from this perspective.
Yeah,
because
exactly.
the tracks and everything cover up this component, right?
Yep.
So, very
Yeah, and
cool.
it's just another example of taking an idea and, you know, using the creativity of our engineers and our control of the manufacturing process and give the operator something that's cool and unique that makes a difference in their day every day.
Yeah, and this is too, like, this is a safety thing per se. No one wants to be sitting there breathing in
Right.
exhaust all day long too, because I can tell you, using this paver, I guess I didn't know where it was coming from, the exhaust, and you had to go somewhere, but you didn't know where it was, so you can't smell it or see it. So
Yeah.
that's very cool.
Now you know.
Now we know.
One of the cool things we have
what is
here,
this here? Yeah.
yeah. This looks. This is a 1960.
Is this a new model for 2024?
Yeah,
or something
exactly.
like that,
We're
or?
launching it at Con Expo next time. So this is a unique piece of our heritage. So Mauldin's been building pavers since the 1960s, and this is one of the at least first few hundred pavers.
This is a Mauldin.
That's correct. Yeah. So this is a late 1960s asphalt paver. And it was sent back to us by our dealer in Virginia. He had it on his yard and he shipped it to us on a pallet. It was just sitting there collecting rust, and so we were like, well, hey, let's get it back. It sat in our yard for a little bit, and then we made a decision, you know what, this is a cool part of our history. Let's refinish it, bring it up to current in terms of paint stuff, but respect the old drive system, respect the old screed, respect the old engine, and just create a showpiece that really...
Operational again is the idea, but like, we're a showpiece. But,
exactly. Yep.
Wow.
So we won't put asphalt through it, but you know, when we have customers come through, it's a good example to show like, hey, where the product was in the 60s and where it is now.
Yeah, but you need to know too, because when I think of Mauldin, I think of the brothers in 1994. That sticks out in my mind. It's your 30th year this year, if that's correct. So it's cool to know that the company goes back further with this heritage, but that it's a way to kind of complement and bring those roots back to life kind of thing. So that's very cool, man. Well,
yeah, and we still have some Mauldins working in the business, some grandkids of the original owner. So
really?
Yeah.
In this establishment here?
That's correct, yes.
That's very cool.
Yeah, but yeah, as you mentioned, I mean, so Mauldin's been around since the 60s. We've been owned by the Calder family since 1994, and so, you know, from one family-run business to another family-run business, like, you know, we just understand that our customers are the ones that pay our bills, right?
Yep.
And so we're accountable to the customer and the customer only.
And listen, we see the same way too, that reflects to us the same way it does for you, because we're your customer and we have customers that we're using your product to get that same value back to them. So it's important that what we're seeing and using from Mauldin gives our customers the best result.
Right, yeah.
Right? So it's...
And, you know, 30 years is a long time, and we've had consistent leadership, consistent vision, consistent values that entire time. So it's not like, you know, for me coming to work, I don't feel like, you know, we're going to change our strategy this year and I have to reinvent the wheel, you know? It's just, We just know we have to make a good quality product and take care of our customers, and focus on the things that set us apart. And I just have to keep maintaining that pitch. So there's a value to that for sure.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, so like our least complex paver takes 3 days to build. Our most complex paver takes 7 days to build.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
That's pretty efficient though. That's impressive. That's impressive. And then what about something like this? If you guys have this, your grader here, so your M415.
Correct. Yes. So that's a product that we stall build. We don't move it until it's completed with assembly. But that's got probably about the same complexity level as an 1860B from an assembly standpoint.
So 7 days?
Yeah, right around 7 business days. So if it starts on Monday, it'll come offline the following Tuesday or Wednesday.
Okay. Isn't that, to me, that this seems impressive. Like it's seeing what goes into it, the craftsmanship, the different sections it takes.
Right.
I mean, I guess like you said, once everything is prepared, painted, I guess the assembly process is easy, given all those steps went well, but it's still, to me, it's remarkable that all those pieces can go on that machine or on that machine in 7 days. It's just, that's impressive. It really is. Yeah.
Well, let's take a walk through the assembly line real quick.
Sure. Okay, so look at that, eh? Oh, I see. Check this out, Caden. You guys have some good taste in footage, because it looks like we got a little video on the wall here.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that paver. Eh?
Well, and it's one of the things that any manufacturer struggles with is getting the voice of the customer into the plant and making the guys that are building it realize that, hey, you're using this tool to make money, employ people, and feed your family.
That's right.
And so anything we can do like this to show that, hey, what you're doing matter, the fact that we care about quality matters. By bringing stuff like this into our building and showing them that, hey, these are real people that make a living off our machines. That helps us.
Yeah, well, it's for me, it's a cool moment to see. There's a machine there in all of its glory. That's where it came from. That's kind of that's rare. That's you're not going to come across it every day, and it's just neat to know at one point in time that machine was having steel cut at the machine. It was being bent, it was being painted, it was being assembled, the screw was going on it. It went to the paint booth, it got assembled over here. So it's pretty neat to know that's where that machine came from, and now we have it, and of course we use it. So that's a cool experience.
Yeah, and the whole process, because I didn't talk about that, but the whole process from start to finish takes about 4 weeks. So by the time that we start cutting steel.
All right, walk me through that.
Yeah, so just go ahead and start it up. Yeah, just wait for the screen to come on, and then
once this lights up,
yes.
Go ahead. Now, or it'll come on.
It'll come all the way on, yeah.
I think we might have to get one of these machines. Go for it now.
Go for it now. Yep. So a few things. Let me get off of it first, but we'll have to raise the mold board and then take it out of the part here.
Right there, part one. Okay. So because we're in Greenville, we lift this up like it's been up. I assume that works.
Yes.
Yes. Up.
Yeah, and I mean you can play with the function. So like you got side to side for tilt. These toggles control angle. The one on the back is shift. So you can play, just get it off the ground and play with it. You'll see all the different capabilities of it.
Okay.
But yeah, once you get it up and going, just move it over there, and then that'll open up room for 760.
Awesome.
Cool machine. I mean, there's the different capabilities. You got the ox hydraulics in the front and the rear, so you can put on a broom in the front or a vibratory roller in the rear.
And what yard bucket's that in the front?
3/4 cube yard bucket.
3/4 cube yard bucket.
Wow. The mast here showing off the automation, so you can run 2D or 3D automation on it. But yeah, just visibility straight out of the cab, right down into the front of the mold board.
Yeah, you can see no problem.
So it provides a contractor a good tool that you can take it in, rip out the driveway, use the grade to lay new grade, use the bucket to move stuff around. I know you guys load your paver with the bucket a lot.
Yeah, you can use it for that too, and we talk about it all the time too. Because if you go to a project for us, there is I think a value where you have a payroll per day no matter what you're doing.
Oh, yeah.
And when you're paving, you can justify it a little bit more. When you're prepping, the crew isn't, let's say, needed as much on a prep. So if you can speed up your preparation work, I think as a paving contractor, your bottom line can improve dramatically at the end of the year, because that prepping time takes a lot of time. You might, prep something for a day or 3 or 4 days, but it takes half a day to pave it. There's a big difference. If you cut that time in half, there's a big savings as a company like us that we would see a huge impact.
And what do you think about the drive system?
Very nice. Yeah, very smooth. It's 4-tire steer, right? So it's it was. I actually watched the front tires turn when I went to back up, and just my perception was, it wasn't enough angle, but you don't realize when the back's turning too, you don't need as much. Yes, no, I mean it's a really cool machine, man.
So you have the option to operate it in 2-wheel or 4-wheel steer. But yeah, that drive system was a customized program that we helped our supplier out with. But just for a hydrostat machine, just have those smooth takeoffs and those smooth slowdowns.
Yeah.
You can put the pedal in reverse and it acts like a brake. So
yeah, because you're grading, you need the smoother the better. Obviously, if you're setting grade, right? You want something that's very reactive. And I ask you a question too, height-wise, because I mean, where we live, we call them tracks, and you guys call them quad axles in the States. Can that reach a full-size truck if you were, scooping up leftover debris or something and load a truck with it?
It's 120-inch, so 10-foot dump height.
It's explicitly clear dump truck.
Okay, so it'll go even higher probably than what that is right now. Then it has a
correct. Yeah, we lower it just to put it on the safety prop.
Okay. So I mean that's pretty cool too when you have the ability to load a truck, because that's you can load, unload, and grade. It's a skid steer and a grader or a backhoe and a grader.
It also has the high flow aux front and rear, so you can run a broom.
Yeah, it attaches on the front of it too, right? Hydraulic attachments, and in the back, is it Scarifier installed?
Scarifier, yeah.
Scarifier.
Different types.
Yeah, exactly. But it's used essentially if you're grading something, you want to scratch it up and then regrade it. That's what that obviously is used for, right?
So it is quick attached too. So like we've seen some guys put some compactors, like hydrodynamic compactors in the back.
Okay. And can you drop that off? I guess if there's a scenario where you didn't want the weight back there, something that just come off, or is it something
like this? Just the little spring loaded, just like a quick attach, like spinner skid steer. So, you pull
that and it comes off.
Yeah,
that's so cool. And the backup camera too, I saw in the machine, it gives you that view from behind, so you can see in behind you, which is just a nice feature. So we also got this gift as well from the guys at Mauldin here. So they gave us a scraper holder. So we talked about that as adding that to part of the paver. And of course, you guys surprised us with it says "Master of the Mat" inside of it here, which we love that saying. And your scraper will go in here, and then this will get placed on the side of the paver. So it'll end up being somewhere in this location on the side somewhere. We'll bolt that on, and then we have access to scrapers at all times. So that's a cool little Easter egg we got from you guys as well, which we appreciate. And it's we like the touches like that because it means a lot to us. So that
gives us an example to show off like how we can respond to the customer.
Yeah, no, seriously, we talked about that before we got here. You put it in my hands, so that's much appreciated and very cool.
Yeah,
very cool. Yeah. All right, Zach, is there anywhere else you want to show us in the factory?
No, I mean we've made it to the end of the process here, so we've gone from flat steel to finished good, and I hope we were able to show our creativity and what we do and our focus on quality and just overall having a good product out there.
Yeah, listen, I appreciate again the time to walk through everything and to understand the stages that goes into building something like this, because it's I said it before, I'll say it again, it's a humbling thing for us to see it in this perspective and realize how much effort goes into the end result.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And so again, thanks for having us here, taking the time to hear us out, and to give us a tour of for us, this is like being a kid in a candy store. I could spend here all week for playing, so it's a very cool experience. I appreciate it. Thank you,
from one family business to another, we appreciate your business and look forward to growing together and being your partner for a long term.
Likewise, Zach. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Chris.
Appreciate it.